Cottage, and now Phil.
My question was, like, clearly the consultation was very supportive for the repairing and stabilisation, but I noted this Christchurch Civic Trust, they really asked for deconstruction to be rebuilt. I just wondered if you can recall their reasons for that, Sally.
I can't. They asked for it to be rebuilt.
Or to be, yes.
Not just repaired.
No, I understood it was a deconstructed.
They wanted it deconstructed and completely rebuilt.
Ash was here to help me.
So the question is really that the reasons for Christchurch Civic Trust's request, they were kind of like was a single request around that option to deconstruct and rebuild. What their reasons were.
How long ago was that?
I can talk to that.
Yeah.
Basically, that was one of the major options on the table. The problem with that option is we're basically deconstructing or removing most of the heritage fabric of the building. So what we're left with is partial roof and very little of the cob and soot. So from a heritage perspective, we can't even guarantee that would go through a resource consent process. That's why we put all those options out there, but by and far the favourite was the interpretation glass panel.
I appreciate that, Richie. Can you recall why particularly though they believed it should be removed? And there be those negative effects, as you say?
Removed or deconstructed?
Or deconstructed.
I don't recall.
It was one of the options.
I can find out later.
Another one up there.
Jenny might.
I'm sorry, I did the engagement, and from my recollections they wanted it completely rebuilt, but the heritage team and the project team did not support that option because it would have destroyed all the key heritage fabric, including the particularly the sod blocks which underpin the cottage at the moment. And so the key thing is to retain the heritage fabric, as much of it as we can.
Thanks, Jenny.
All right. All right. You have a question?
Yeah, I just want to get clarification.
Yep.
You'll see that there's a difference between the board's recommendation and the staff recommendation. So I just wanted to check in terms of number 2, if we agree to that today as a council, when will construction or repair start?
The only difference that is between it is that we're asking the council to do it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Under number 2 that we've got. So maybe I'm not sure when it's due to start.
So what we've got at the moment is a concept, because we have to go out to consultation and ask the community. So the next stage is to turn around and do the detailed design, how we strengthen the building and get that interpretation aspect of it, and then it's consenting. So before we get actually people on the ground doing the work, I would expect it's going to be in the region of at least 4 to 5 months.
So Richie, does the second thing that we've been asked to approve, which is that plan works to commence as soon as possible, does that change anything that you're going to be doing anyway? No. I mean, no. So you're going to be working as fast as you can.
As soon as we get a yes today, I'm straight into it.
Excellent.
And there's no budget issues?
There's no budget issues. I believe I can manage this, even though we're only in concept at the moment. I don't have firm figures until we've finished detailed design and then we go out to the market. But personally, from my experience, I'm confident that we can deliver this project with the budget and managing unders and overs within the facilities program.
Right. Okay. Cool.
All right.
You did tell us.
So would you like to move it, Yanni?
You did tell us.
Happy to. And just
even though we haven't seen these original submissions.
We have.
Okay.
They're in the report.
Not every
They're
single
in the
one.
report, which is really good. I actually really appreciated this report. I think it's really useful for councillors to be able to read what people have said. It just gives a huge understanding, I think, of the support for this project. And I just wanted to acknowledge that the staff have done a huge amount of work on this, and I was really not surprised, but it's probably something that you don't think is as significant. You don't think it's as significant as it actually is to people until you read the submissions and you understand the history behind it and the huge community campaigns previously to have it restored previously. So I just really wanted to just acknowledge that staff have spent a lot of time on what is quite a difficult issue, and I think they've done it really well. So I'm very supportive of the resolutions today.
Sorry, was there a seconder for it before you spoke, Sarah? And you want to speak? Yeah.
I just want to add to what Yanni said. It is a really important building for the area. It's sad that it's so badly damaged that we are left in a position to just sort of stabilise and interpret and protect it now. But it is also right at the very start of the coastal pathway. And while the locals really appreciate the building being there, it will be part of that attraction in years to come as well. And one of the key places that people stop and park and use the coastal pathway or stop and look along the way.
Is there anyone else? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried.